Hello everybody, it is Emroldsims again, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a pumpkin patch for you guys, just because I figure since we're in the fall season, I might as well just come up with, something nice to give you guys. Plus, I'm really feeling in the fall mood lately. That's why I made the fall apartment yesterday, which I actually fell in love with. I did not expect it to turn out as good as it did, so I hope you guys like it just as much as I did. And I know what you guys are probably thinking right now. Yes, I am finally talking again on one of my videos, and that is because I finally got a new microphone to use. Before, I didn't have one with my new computer. With the new computer that I got, I didn't have a microphone before, so I wasn't able to record until I got a new one. And now that I have one, I am finally able to, which is so nice because I miss being able to do these, and I'm sure with how you guys are, I'm sure everybody here agrees that it's a lot better to be able to hear the person's voice than just listen to music, because I feel like you kind of get to learn how people are and who they are as a person when you just get to hear their voice. I mean, you just kind of get to connect with them better. Just maybe that's just my opinion. I don't know. But the new microphone I have is really, really nice, and hopefully you guys agree. I plan to get a better one later in the future, but I guess this will work for now. But anyways, with the pumpkin patch I'm making, the CC that I use in it, I'm going to probably put in the description more than likely. Well, the things that I can remember where I got them from, I will put them in the description for you guys so that you can have them too, in case you guys want to create anything like that. And then, what I'm going to be making in this video, I'll probably put, like, the little, pumpkin patch part I'm actually making right now. And then I want to do like some type of maybe like older restaurant, as an eating section for your Sims to eat at when they're at the pumpkin patch. And then I also want to put in a bathroom, of course. And then probably like a little kid/toddler play section for them to have too. Just so that, when your kids are here, they don't get bored. Same with your older Sims. I mean, I don't really know what to put for the older Sims, so I guess all I'm going to really put right now is just for the toddlers and kids area. But, I think, I don't know. I don't know. I guess just the pumpkin patch in general will be good for this, because I'm kind of out of ideas what to do for most of it. But I have lots of decorations that I can use in there. So that's what I'll end up doing. But anyway, guys, so what I wanted to tell you was I got a new computer recently. And it's actually one of those gaming computers, because I don't know if you guys remember, but on my old laptop, when I would record for you guys, what it would do was freeze in the middle of me recording, and I absolutely hated it because it was a lot of editing, trying to fix it up, and, try to rethrow things, and it was just a mess. It would literally freeze up while I was recording for maybe, like, 5 minutes at a time. Then I'd have to edit it out for you guys, and it was just a whole mess, and I'm sure it wasn't pleasant to watch either. Especially when the screen would do that huge, all big flash, and, God, I don't know, maybe it was just annoying to me, but I tried to edit it out the best that I could for you guys. But the new computer is a gaming computer, and it costed me $1,000, and it is a CyberPowerPC. If you guys have never heard of that before, I highly, highly, highly suggest that you go and check it out, because with these CyberPower computers, like, the gaming specs in them are just really, really good. On this new computer, I never have it freeze when I play Sims, and the graphics are absolutely beautiful. Like, I have never seen Sims so, I don't even know how to explain it. I've just never seen it look this good before. And when you play, everything is just so smooth. And the cool thing about this computer is when you go into your camera mode, and you start to edit it, or when you go into your camera mode and you try to take a picture, if you look up at the sun in this game, literally what it does is it adds this cool, like, ray effect. Like, you can see sun rays coming down, and it is absolutely beautiful. I'll have to take a picture example for you guys, but it is so, so, so pretty. And then same with when you take a picture of, like, say you go up to something really close and you take a picture. You know how sometimes when you edit stuff, it'll, like, when you take a picture of something up close, the background will go blurry. That is exactly what it does. I don't have to do any editing to my photos because literally the background blurs in camera mode. Like, it'll focus on something, and then in the background it will just blur it out and make this like really, really pretty effect where I don't even have to edit my photos anymore. And it is so nice because it's a lot less space I have to take up now. Like, I mean, I've had a gaming computer before, guys. I had a MSI gaming laptop about like 2 years ago now, and I ended up selling that a while ago, but because at the time I needed some money. But with my MSI, even then it did not run as good as this gaming laptop does. Like, this thing is literally probably the best thing I have ever dealt with in my life. And truthfully, I don't know what you guys think, but in my opinion, desktops run a lot better than laptops do. So when I would be on my gaming laptop, sometimes even that would freeze, and the graphics still were nothing compared to the tower. But anyways, going back into it, I got the tower for $1,000, and then I got a gaming computer monitor for, I believe it was $280, and it's really good too. It's another gaming monitor, and it's by Asus. And it's actually pretty big. I believe it is either 22 or 24 inches long. And it also comes with, HD settings to it, which is also very, very nice, too. Because I don't think it's just the tower that makes my game look so nice. I believe it's also the screen doing, things with the resolution to make it look better, too. So, the gaming specs on my computer for it, the graphics card is a GeForce graphics, and it's, I believe, 1060 is the numbers for it. And then the computer is an 8 gigabytes, which I plan in the future to upgrade the gigabytes on it, to be able to store more on it, probably to a 16. And I also plan to upgrade the graphics card on it too. Oh, and the processor on this desktop is an i5, which is like mid-level gaming, I believe. I believe i7 is like, more of the hardcore gaming setting. But I can I can always upgrade that later, because when I went to look at the i7s, they were a lot more. They were almost like $2,000. And this is just at a local store to me. It's not, I mean, I'm sure there's places better out there that will have better choices for cheaper. But just what was local to me, that was the best choice, the i5. So I plan to just get the i7 later down the road. But, oh, and also, another reason why I was gone for so long was because recently I had moved to a different state, and the drive took us about 13 to 14 hours. So I moved, literally, 2 different states. I'm not going to say which states just for my own privacy, but I moved 2 different states away, and it was about a 14-hour drive, which, those aren't the best, honestly. You get tired and your legs cramp up, and it's just annoying. But, I mean, the thing I'm about is I moved from a different state, and I moved back to my hometown where I was born. So now that I'm back here, I honestly love it a lot better. I missed my family a lot while I was gone. So it felt really, really good to be able to come home and see them all again and always be around them. Because where I lived before, there was personal reasons why I wasn't home, and I hadn't seen my family for maybe like almost a year before that. So it felt really, really nice to actually be able to come home and just see them again. Because I don't know how many of you guys have ever been away from family for very long, but when you have to do it, it does suck. But it's also nice to be in a different state, you know what I mean? You get to experience brand new things. Anything that's new to you, you just get to see, and it's really, really nice. Like, I truly just love it. I loved getting the experience to be in a different state, but I also missed home a lot. But when I still lived in the other state that I lived in before I live now, we were coming to visit home, or visit back home, because we got a chance to visit. And when we got a chance to visit, me and my husband had gotten into a really bad car accident. And when we were driving, well, it was in December. I believe it was like December 17th or 18th to be exact. When we were driving, our truck had slid on black ice. And if you don't know what black ice is, it is literally ice that you cannot see because it blends in with the street. So when we were driving, the road was perfectly fine. There was nothing there at all. There was no sign that, there was any problems. We were driving fine. And all of a sudden, our truck just starts sliding, and, the truck starts to, spin out into the middle of the street. and then it starts to head to the side where there's this huge ditch, and the truck ends up, of course, with our luck, it goes to the side of the ditch, and it flips down the ditch. Now, with our truck flipping down the ditch, it ended up flipping down it 3 different times. And when I mean flip, I mean it literally flipped, like 3 consecutive times it flipped down. And, like, off of what I personally remember from it, I don't remember flipping 3 times, but my husband said it. I only remember one big crash, being upside down and, like, feeling one big crash, and that's all I remember. I don't know, maybe if I was just so stunned, or if I was, knocked out for a second, I don't know. But that is the only part of it that I truthfully remember, and it's kind of scary to think about that. Like, so when I ended up calling 911 after we flipped, after, we had a chance. Luckily with us, when we flipped, the truck ended up flipping right side up, so we weren't upside down or anything. But the first thing I remember was I opened my eyes, and I seen that the windshield was just completely smashed. It was just all broken. There was pieces everywhere of the windshield, and it was so scary. And then I remember looking up and seeing that my roof on my passenger side was completely, like, smashed down almost to head height. And me being kind of short, the height is pretty far up, so for it to dent down that much, it was scary. And then my husband's driver's side window had smashed out. So there was glass all over the floor and everything. And one thing I forgot to mention, we had my 2 dogs with me. And one of my dogs was in the back seat, and one of them was up front with me. And sadly, my dog that was in the back, he got thrown to the front when the truck flipped, and he ended up by my side. And luckily, just so you guys know, both of my dogs are perfectly fine. They ended up no scratches, nothing. And I'm very surprised, because I was honestly so scared that something was going to be wrong with them. But they checked out perfectly good, and they had no issues with them. Thank God, because my dogs are my life. And so after we flipped, I had called 911, and I remember the lady asked me if anybody had passed out, and I was like, honestly, I don't think I did, but I don't know for sure. And so they ended up sending an ambulance and, the fire truck, the whole deal out there to check on me and my husband. And luckily for both of us, we ended up with walking away with just basically some scratches. Like, my husband, he ended up getting scratched by glass in his eye. So it wasn't like a bad one. I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't terrible, but the glass in his eye, like, scratched the very surface of it. So they did this test where they put dye in there, and they could see the scratch through the little light thing that they use. And then with me, I walked away with just some glass in my toe, and I believe there was a little bit in my hand, but that was about it. Other than that, me and my husband walked away perfectly fine, and I can't be thankful enough for that, because I honestly, like, when I look back at the pictures of the truck, I can't believe we're alive. There is no way that it should have happened that way, but I am so thankful for my life every day, because that was by far the scariest thing I had ever had to go through. It was like, after we flipped, I was so scared to look next to me, because I was scared to see what I would see. I was scared I'd either see my husband passed away or my dogs. And luckily none of us, were hurt even long term. It was just being shooken up and everything. But so after that we went to the hospital, and they checked us out, and we were perfectly fine. But the state we had crashed in, we were still 4 hours away from my hometown. And keep in mind, now that our truck crashed, we have nothing to get home. Like, there's no way for us to go home. That's how we were getting there. So we had to call my parents and my husband's parents, and they ended up coming and getting us from that state and driving us home. So they had to drive 4 hours there to get us and 4 hours to come back. But, none of them were mad. Of course, all they were happy about was that me and my husband were okay, And so, now that me and my husband were considered to be okay, everything, it worked out a lot better. Family was thankful, and that experience definitely made me, I don't know how to explain it. It made me very, very, very thankful for every day that you live, because, sometimes you never know what you're going to go through. Sometimes there's going to be a chance where you just, you never know what every day is going to bring. So it was very scary to just think about the fact that we almost lost our life, but I am very, very thankful every single day that we are still here. But getting off, the sad note now, I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the future videos I plan to do. Like, I want to do some of the challenge, or some of the new challenges, which I know there's a Road to Fame mod that I want to try, depending on what you guys think about that. Because I think it would be really nice to, give it a shot and see how well it would go. But then I also want to continue my 100 baby challenge. But what I plan to do is delete the old videos and start new, if that makes sense. Because now that I have a new computer, I don't even have the old sim that I had before. And I just feel like I need a fresh start on my simming experience with that. Because when I did it before, again, I was playing on such a crappy laptop, it just wasn't fun, Like, it was actually kind of boring, to be honest, because it would crash all the time, and it was so irritating. I couldn't stand it. But, so I plan to do that, and then I also want to try some of the other challenges. Like, I want to try the Asylum challenge, if you guys think that would be cool. And then probably the Big Sister challenge, because I find that one to be really fun. The one where, you have like a toddler or something and the older sister, and then the parents end up dying, so they have to take care of the little sister. And you have to, I think like the goal is to have like a whole house built or something like that. But either way, that challenge sounds really, really interesting to me too. So I want to try to give that one a shot. But I also want you guys to just leave me down some recommendations for what you think challenges, or like what challenges you guys would like to see, because those are just my opinion, but I honestly would have a lot more fun making videos that I know you guys would rather like to see than making videos that just I like, if that makes sense. Like, I want to make stuff that other people like. Otherwise, nobody wants to watch stuff they don't like. So whatever challenges you guys think would personally be interested, I would like you to comment those below, please, because that will help me a lot for my future videos. But also, guys, I wanted to remind you guys, I'm having a giveaway right now for the Sims 4 Cats and Dogs expansion pack. And I'm only giving away one copy because personally I can't afford very much right now. I can only afford to give it away to one person, but I figure, giving it away is better. Like, giving it away to one person is better than not giving it away at all, I want to give my good karma and my good sense out to everybody. So I'm doing that giveaway right now, and I believe there is like 25 or 6 people, something like that, entered in it currently. So if you guys are still interested, or you want to try to get the expansion pack, please, please, please go and join my video, or go join my giveaway, because that could help you all out a lot. You know what I mean? Like, you guys have a pretty good chance. I know there's a lot of people that are starting to join in, but there's still a good chance that somebody can join. And honestly, if I end up getting a lot of entries, I might just end up giving it away to 2 people. I mean, it's a $40 expansion pack, so it's a little more on the pricier side, but if there's that many people, I want to give others a good enough chance to get it, so I might end up giving it to 2 people, just depending on how many people join. But also, I plan to do a future giveaway for the laundry stuff pack. And so, I don't know if that one will be as popular, as Cats and Dogs is. But I want to give that one away, too, to everybody. Just because, again, not everybody can afford stuff, guys. So, I just want to give my good karma out. But alright, guys, the video is almost over, and the pictures are coming up. So, I'm going to go now. I will see you all next time, and I hope you all have a blessed and beautiful day. Bye, everybody.